Hello everyone and welcome to this Stormworks tutorial. In this video I'll be showing simplified instrument panels for you to use in your vehicles. The microcontrollers will be linked in the description. So let's start off with the first example. So the first example here we have a basic setup for value. So what that means is if you want to see your battery amount or like your altitude or how much fluid you have. And here's the instrument panel. So we're going to be connecting these two. So this microcontroller is the instrument panel with dials. I will link it in the description. And then if we go to logic and then go to if we go to composite, the only thing you have to do here is connect the instrument panel to the microcontroller, and that's it. So after that, let's go to the instrument panel with the select tool, and let's select what we want to do. So there is four different values that we can put to here. So I have four things. So the first thing, let's do charge for now, and then we can we can make it a gauge. Why not? It doesn't really matter as long as it's not a button. It will work. So we connect the channel 1 to charge. Pretty simple. So there's four different channels since there's four instruments, so each of them has to be set to a certain channel. So here it's channel 2. Channel 2 shall be altitude. Okay, why not? Let's connect it to the altitude. Then channel 3, let's make it a gauge. Let's make it horizontal. Okay, and then we give it channel 3. Now it's very important that the channels don't interfere with each other, so then it doesn't get confusing. So let's connect it to the fluid level. And then for channel, for instrument, let's name it fluid level. And then for instrument 4, it's gonna be the speed. Well, actually, yeah, that's but it's gonna be at 0 since we're not gonna move this object. But it still works. So now we just have to connect it to the battery, spawn it. Now I forgot to connect the speed, but our speed is still gonna be 0, so it doesn't really matter. Also, sorry for the lag. My recording software does that sometimes. So the charge 1, so it's full charge. Altitude 4 meters above the ground. There's 375 liters or kilograms or whatever in this small tank. And our speed is 0, obviously, because first we didn't connect it, and the second one we wouldn't be moving, so it wouldn't work. Okay, so now on to the second example. So the second example is on-off inputs such as heaters, lights, spotlights, and here's a flare I have there as well. So basically how this works is similar to the it's similar to the value, except you have to connect it. I'll link this as well in the description, the instrument panel on-off input. I'll link that in the description. So let's go to composite, and we connect the out signal instead of the in signal this time. But it really doesn't matter. That's the only thing we can connect. So you can actually connect both of them at the same time. I'll show that in a later example. So the first one, let's make it a heater, and let's make it a button, a toggle button actually, because when you're in the Arctic you do need heaters. Instrument 2, that's gonna be the light, and let's make that channel 2 and then make it another button. So like let's have a flip switch. Flip switch is my favorite button, definitely. So channel 3 will be the spotlight, and let's make like let's set it to like an arrow button, I guess, and then make it toggle as well. And then let's have it channel 3. So, and then we can have the fourth one, launch flare. Yeah, let's do launch flare, and then let's have it as an arrow button going to the right, and toggle. Why not? It doesn't really matter. It depends on your build. So let's connect these up. Heater, light, the spotlight and the launch flares, and I'll show you how it works once I spawn it, but I forgot to go let's connect everything to electricity and then let's spawn it. So here I spawned it. It's kind of laggy as well. Well, not for my gameplay, it's for the, so as you can see the heater works, light also works, spotlight also works as well, and launch flare, that works. So let's go back to the workbench and let's look at the third example. So the third example is if you want the battery, if you want like value and on-off inputs at the on one instrument panel, then you will need both of these microcontrollers together. So what we need to do is we need to go to compose and connect the in and the out signal to the microcontrollers. So yeah, it's pretty simple. Now what's important with this is that if you have two on off, they cannot be two values, so they can't interfere with each other. That's very important. So you don't mix anything up. So let's connect this to the distance of the sensor and then to the charge. So I cannot put a button on the first and second value. Okay, let's now connect the third and let's connect the third and fourth signal, but first we have to make sure that to make it what it is. So here let's put charge. Okay, there we go, charge. So that's gonna be a dial, and here let's make it a gauge, and let's connect it as well. So yeah, that's gonna be the distance. That's gonna be channel 2. Then now this is the on-off input, so this won't be a dial now. This will be actually a flip switch, and then here it will also be a flip switch. I made it a flip switch. So channel 3, 4, and now let's connect them. And I'll add the names later, but I'll add them right now actually. So this is gonna be the spotlight. And then after that I'm just gonna have the here the regular light. So let me just rename this. So regular light, so just light. And yeah, since I already put the channel, it's fine. So let's just connect everything up. So let's first connect everything to electricity. Okay, and now let's connect to this spotlight and the regular light, and I'll spawn it in. Well, actually I mixed up the order, but you understand probably. I mixed up the order, so the spotlight is the regular light and the light is the spotlight. But it's just an example, so you don't. If you mix it up, it's not that hard to fix it. And at the same time, you can see all the values. Okay, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.